children, welcome back to our online class of English, class 8th. Now children, today we are going to read very interesting chapter. The name of the chapter is The Summit Within and it is written by Major HPS Ahluwalia. Now children, we are going to read about the author. Major HPS Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. He climbed the Mount Everest on 29 May 1965 along with his friends Rawat and Fudorji. In the Indo-Pakistan War of 1965, he was injured and confined to a wheelchair. He is the recipient of several awards like Padma Bhushan, Arjun Award, the National Award for the best work done in the field of disability. He won the Tenzing Norway National Adventure Award for lifetime achievement on August 29, 2009. He has written several books like Higher Than Everest, Beyond the Himalayas, and Everest is Within You. Now children, here we are going to discuss the key points of the chapter. Children, the summit within, summit means the peak of the mountain. Now children, here there are two different meaning in the different context. Here we are going to discuss about the two meanings of the peak. First one is given here, that is the summit, that is the peak of the mountain. The other summit is the summit or peak inside us. Now first of all, we are going to discuss the key points. Major HPS Ahluwalia was member of the first successful expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. The author HPS Ahluwalia has narrated his experience of climbing the summit of Everest. As the author stood on the summit, many emotions surged through him. Of all the emotions, the dominant was humility. Climbing the summit of Everest provides a deep sense of joy, which lasts a lifetime and changes the climber completely. According to the author, there is another summit, the summit of the mind, that is more difficult to climb. Now, after getting down from the summit, the author questioned himself as to why people climbed mountains. The mountain presents great difficulties, and man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. Now, children, we are going to read the summary of the story. The Summit Within is a story of experiences of Major HPS Ahluwalia, who is the author of the story, a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest. Ahluwalia was full of humility. When he stood on the summit of Everest, he thanked God for his physical success. It was the highest of the goals for him. While getting down from the summit, he asked himself why he climbed Everest and what made him to do so. The people climb mountains because they present great difficulties, and man takes delight in overcoming difficulties or obstacles. A climb to a summit means the demonstration of climbers' endurance, persistence, and willpower. Since childhood, the narrator has been attached by mountains. So, these mountains are the nature. The author believed that these mountains are the nature at its best. They have a challenging beauty and majesty. They are the means of communion with God. Everest is the highest and the mightiest and has defied many previous attempts. On climbing its summit, one has the sense of victory and of happiness. Its view brings a spiritual change in his mind. It poses a challenge before him which was difficult to resist. One feels connected with the supernatural element on reaching the summit. One becomes conscious of his own smallness in this large universe. It provides physical, emotional, and spiritual fulfillment. Climbing a mountain is a highly risky job and needs others' help also. It's a kind of teamwork. The fellow climbers prove to be a source of inspiration for the others. They remember their gods to feel confident. It is far more difficult to climb the summit within oneself than to climb the summit of a mountain. One can get a fuller knowledge of oneself merely by climbing one's personal and internal mountain peak. So, children, the theme of the story is really interesting and inspiring one. You can see the author is talking about the peak of the inner self or peak inside us. So we need to be persistent, we need to be determined, and there should be endurance within us so that we can achieve any goal in our life. Thank you, children. Thank you, all of you.